Fred here, welcome back to the Gear Obsession channel. In this episode, we will be taking a look at FrogLeggs Night Vision. Stay tuned. I came across these in the end section in the tools section of Lowe's. And, they cost a couple of dollars, and I thought they were pretty interesting. So let's go ahead and take a closer look. According to the FrogLeggs website, this is the world's smallest, brightest stick-on LED. And it is an LED flashlight. Now, in the packaging, you can test it out. You could go ahead and hit the button, and you can see how that lights up. And they do come in many different colors: silver, red, black, pink, and white. Here we have the silver, here we have the pink. Now my wife, she really wanted one of these, so I got her the pink one. Now, the most common place to put this would be on a key, but since I already have a flashlight on a key ring, I'm going to go ahead and stick it on a remote. I figure that's a pretty convenient place here in my computer room. So let's go ahead and check it out. But there's a million different places you can put these on, stick them on. Stick it on your head. It'll be a headlight. Let's go ahead and pop this out. And you can see how small that is. It's actually, even smaller than a dime. It's so tiny. But, you could put this on keys, tools, your cell phone, power cords, zippers. Zippers is a good idea. You could put it on your purse, your wallet, anywhere. At least that's what the instructions say. So to apply this correctly, you're supposed to clean and dry a surface. I'm going to go ahead and put it here. Then you're going to remove the paper backing off the back of the FrogLeggs Night Vision light. Then firmly press the thumb light on key or other object. Allow the adhesive time to set up. And then you can just press and activate the button. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm just going to wipe this off as good as I can. And then we'll go ahead and remove the adhesive. There we go. And we'll stick it on. And I'm going to, let me see, I want to make it so you can see it. I'm going to stick it right. Oops. Where do I want this? I'm not doing a very good job, but... Oh, I'm putting it on backwards first of all. No, I'm not. Ugh. For the love of Pete. I want it right there. Done. So now I have a remote. And if I need a flashlight, I always know where my remote is. Voila! And it's the type of button where it doesn't stay on. You just have to press and hold it. It's not an extremely bright LED. I would say it's probably about 4 lumens, 3 or 4 lumens. But it definitely will get the job done if you're... you put it on a key, and let's say you're walking up to a mailbox. If you have a key thing in there and it's outside and it's dark, it'll definitely enable you to see it. You'll be able to see if you're walking up to your car at night, and if you put this on the key on your car, you will definitely be able to see where you are trying to stick your key. Now, as far as I know, you can't change the batteries on these things. So when they're used up, then you just go ahead and buy another one. These only cost a couple of bucks. I can't remember the exact cost, but again, I've seen it at Lowe's. Actually, there is the possibility that this can be see that screw right there? I'm going to go ahead and try to get this to focus. Focus. You can see there's a screw right there. It looks like we might be able to change the battery. I'll tell you what, stand by. I'm going to go ahead and get a little tiny Phillips screwdriver and see what that looks like inside. I just couldn't resist opening it. So there you have 2 batteries inside that is changeable. They are LR41 And there's two of them. You put one up, one down, as you can see right there. And they're very cheap. They're like, one is like 50 cents. If you buy them in a pack of 20, they end up like maybe 20 or 30 cents a piece. They're not very expensive at all. They're 1.5 volts a piece. So, and all I did was unscrew that screw I just showed you right there. It's a little Phillips, and then pulled the cover off. So I'm going to go ahead and put it back and make sure it still works. Great, it still works. So who is this good for? I mean, this is really, to me, it's sort of like a novelty, but it could be useful for some people if you're the type of person that has a small flashlight and has lost it or is prone to losing small things. Putting it on your car key could be a good way of keeping it, because I mean, if you lose your car key, you got bigger problems than losing your flashlight. But definitely good if you come out at night and you have to find your car lock to put the key in. This is extremely useful, and you can change the batteries. I wish I could remember what I paid for this. It wasn't more than a couple of dollars. But if someone goes to Lowe's and they come across it, let me know. Again, it was in the tools section on an end cap, but it was a couple dollars. And I'll tell you, I really do have to rate this pretty good for what it is. It's it's metal all the way around, so it seems to be pretty solid, and it has interchangeable batteries, and it's on there pretty good. Again, make sure you clean the surface, and it does what it's supposed to do. So I'll give it a I'll give it a 8 out of 10. I probably would give it more if it were a little bit brighter, and if it had a button that you can click it and it would stay on, and then click it again and it goes off. But I guess it's really just meant to stick on a key or on a tool. But if you put it on a tool like they said, the issue is like you can have it all the way at the front, and then you're at the back, and then you can't press the button because you're holding the tool in a different position. So it needs to have a lock-on position, in my opinion, right there. But for things like keys, or where you're holding it right where the thing is, it's good. Okay, well, thank you very much for joining me here at the Gear Obsession channel. I really appreciate every Fred viewer, subscriber, and you, and I hope you have an awesome evening. Take care. Bye.